Hi there guys, and welcome back to another episode of Pillars of Eternity. Today we will start where we left off. The last time we played we were in the inn. We did run around a bit in Gilded Vale. But today we're going to do some exploring of Gilded Vale where we see if we can get some side quests, do some side quests. Maybe get a few more party members, go tackle that bear that killed me. Well, my wolf. Okay. Awesome. Journal. Let's do this. Against the grain. Some of the grain farmers available. Okay, yeah, those guys are in this in the tavern. The Black Hound Inn, Gilded Vale has lost its beloved cook, Pascal the innkeeper.
Good day, stranger.
I'd like to know more about the Black Hound. Okay, well, let me see. The actual building's been here for years, but the Black Hound's fairly new. We got a lot of new faces in here too, fewer than we used to, I'll admit. 10 friths, the big draw. I'm sure we'll get the big crowds back again in no time. I used to work the tables actually until the old owner up and left. Nobody's sure what happened to him. Even left his poor hound behind. That's the name. See, Black Hound. It's still sitting upstairs pinning after poor old girl. Place ended up in my hands somehow, she laughed. My very own inn, a lot of hard work involved, but it's been worth it so far. Please sit where you would like. Would you like a drink or a room? We have 2 available at the moment. I'm afraid we can't offer much by way of a good meal today, she says, unless you're fond of cold porridge. Let's see what you have for sale. Oh, it's foodsies. And then it's the hired help. Grain, foodsies. Retrain, party management. Okay. I don't like anything.
Sure.
Can I read this? Okay. There's Sven here. It's the guy from the grain mill.
Welcome.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to chat with foreigners. Alos narrows his eyes. Careful, looks like they're cut from the same cloth at those rowdies who attacked me. He wrinkles his nose. Smells like it too. Trumbull says you've been threatening his family. I saw you outside the mall. What was that about? Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler. What's that about? It's about Trumbull thinking he's king of the town on account of he's got the mill to his name. The dwarf jowls quiver with a rage. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastards get rich off their crops. That's what it's about. Now shove off. Thomas says you've been threatening his family. Maybe I could talk to him. What are you doing in here then? What if I buy you all around? Will you talk to me then? When he considers it briefly, he looks to the others. Fair enough, you'll bring us something to wear our throats, and might be I'll feel up to trading words.
Hail, traveler.
Other trouble. How you think you'll get through the man something? Okay, you'll be holed up the more of a day, coward. But here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. We'll owe you one. I don't like the way the conversation went. I am gonna save scum the game. I'm gonna save scum the shit out of the game.
How do you do?
Okay. I see outside Trumbull says you're threatening his family. Oh, I bet he has all nobility to Trumbull. Two big, strong kids, pure soul and all of gilded veil. Coward sending out messages to handle his business well. You can go and tell him we haven't had a solid meal in days on account of him. And we can't afford a good drink on account of him, but we won't be bullied by some foreigner on account of him. What about will you take me? Okay. If you want to fight with Trumbull, let's make it a fair one. You're a drunken menace and I'm putting you down. Man. You bring us something to wear our throats and we might. Okay, let's do this. There's 3 guys. I have 1 beer. So let's go get 2 more.
Hello.
I would like to see what you have for sale. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, they'll probably want ale. Let's do 3 ales. See what happens.
Welcome.
Okay. Reading in here. What's it look like drinking? Till I forgot how much I want to put a pitchfork through Trumble's face.
Welcome.
Another trouble. Okay. Maybe we talk the ale. We'll buy the ale first and then talk to him.
Sure.
Let's get
Greetings.
some ale. Let's switch off for sale. So let's get 3 ale. And another 2 beers. Okay. Go this way. Put beer. Just in case. Let's try again.
Good day to you.
Trumbull says you've been threatening his family.
Welcome.
I brought drinks. There we go. Hey, so you have by the flame. I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of Black Hound shit beer. There we go. It's not ale. Guys, that's good. All right, then you've got my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Look, there's no sense in threatening the melee. You have him against the wall. Maybe you could ask some of the other villagers for help. Tell me more about what's going on. Can I save here? No, I can't. It's like I said, the miller's in charge of the grain prices. He says that they're fair, but I know for a fact that folks like over by half what we do. And maybe we've been a bit rough with him. But what are we supposed to do? We can't keep paying. We're going to starve. And do you think Trumble's going to be sorry about that when we do? Svenya's eyes you for a long while, is drinking deep from his mug. Then he says, "You're right. Things go on like they are. We're just going to end up hanging from that tree out there." He looks at his comrades. "Tell Trumbull we'll leave him be. Don't know what we'll do now. With the crops failing, haven't got another trade to speak of. Think Pascal needs to hand around the inn. Needs a hand around him." Okay. That one is done. Just need to collect all that one. Ooh, people look like important. Requires 2 lore. Who is... No, I'm not gonna do this. So I'll just open these things. I heard there's a lot of them. So I'm just gonna open it like this. And you can read, you can pause. There's another guy. See what happens upstairs. What is going on? Who is it? Corroser.
I'll see what I can do. The work of a moment.
Thank you. I guess. In guests.
Hey there. They'll never know I'm here.
How do you know I'm here?
Hey there.
Place look rough. The Black Hound. The hound stares intently and covers the window, head cocked as if waiting to hear a particular sound. It looks up when your person whines in a low note, tail wagging slightly. Pet the dog. Well, you can come with me, maybe we'll find him. Well, shit. Okay. Just got another petsy. See, this is where it would be fun if you could put a pet on each character. Because now I need to choose either between the pet or the pig. Well, the pig is a pet, but... Okay. And thank you for the books. I'm not gonna read all the books. Put the ale back. Give him the scroll. What are you wearing? He's got a cowl. Right. Rapier. I need fluties. I need this amount of lockpicks. Okay, let's swap it up a bit. Let's go with the dog for now, and then we can take the pig back later. And then, how does this work? Okay, this guy, this grimoire. Okay, but he's already got that spell, so I can go in there. Awesome.
Hey there.
I didn't know there's an upstairs to this.
Sure.
Beleiger. It's down here. So this is just going out. Where am I? So where's the exit? So I remember the blacksmith, you could also speak to the blacksmith about work. So I just want to go check if there maybe had a side quest.
Well met, friend.
You mentioned something about your stock being low. We just don't have the supplies. Been expecting the next delivery for near on a week now and haven't seen a sign. I have to expect they were hit by bandits. The road out east is crawling with them. Or my workers ran off with the wagon themselves, maybe to make a coin. Tautanu snorts as if that lot would dare. He's right about the bandits. The dire situation in the village like this and the exodus to the cities has created far too many opportunities for unscrupulous sorts. Tuatanu scratches his jaw thinking. If you happen to be headed that way, maybe you could keep an eye out for my supply wagon, or my shipment at least. They'd be cutting through the Black Meadow, I expect. Only good road for it. As it is, most of our weapons go to His Grace, Lord Raedric. Tuatano glances at the nearby guard, and that's as it should be, but it doesn't leave much for outsiders. We just don't have the iron. I'll find your supplies. I'll see them back safe and sound. I'd appreciate you trying out anyway. You bring back the supplies at least, and I'll have much more to offer. A discount to start. And if you do find my workers, you give them a good smack upside the head for me. Okay, yeah. See, there is a quest. Commoner. Guard. This is all stealing, right? Speak to the apprentice. I think Dunstan over the first fires might have an edge on him. Okay. Okay, then from the vision we need to go to the big ass tree. Where's the tree at? There's a tree. The quad-person body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bow that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like month-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes, and you feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog, her body still swaying in the wind you no longer feel from the tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives you a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you.
Have you come here for me, dear, or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes?
Am I imagining this?
No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be.
How are you able to speak?
Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice.
I need to understand something that's happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
What's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair, and here we are visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on, some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well. A wonder!
What did you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Maerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company.
Kadnua. I think I survived a biovac. Do you know why that would be?
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind me, no?
You said souls break apart over time?
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
I want to know something about you.
Me? I'll bore you to tears, though.
Who are you?
And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
What happened to you? She laughs, a rasping, choking cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your black expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance, a humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found? Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up.
What is an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But the best of us? The best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear. Of course, dear.
Farewell.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the news, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. What's called Crucible of the Souls. That looks like you through her narrowed eyes. Oh, you're right, you seemed lost just now. He arches eyebrows recede into his head. His eyes really well, that is interesting. He gives you a sly grin, and I expect that explains how you survived the biohack. In any case, I appreciate your honesty since we're traveling together. It's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about watches? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights into certain soul conditions. He coughs as you just demonstrated.
17 and a half.
Oh dear. The smells of pipe smoke at once earthy and sweet winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes track the smoke to its origins, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, it could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman. The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
A lot of rounds. Is that what you people do for fun around here?
Name's Eder. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you for a moment, his brow arched, his smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first.
Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. Could be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
You think you're going to be hanged?
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
The war? Saint War, only one in my lifetime. Philip decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas. Overthrows but Ceres marches on Deerwood, so we gave him a Deerwooden Hallow.
We blew him up.
Wow. He smiles at this, but it is the smile of one recounting a joke for effect rather than enjoyment. Who is Eothas? God of rebirth and redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. I had other questions. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Frederick sent his men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kolsk, plotting Radric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, that's my headman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He says, he sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Radric, then for protecting me. What does your town have against you?
Pick the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Radric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Aleth glances at you and lowers his voice. You can see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kolsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now, probably will be till they catch him. If you're next to be hanged, what are you still doing here? Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waden's legacy started with Waden. We could travel together. Where are you headed? Someplace called Caronaxis. I can't even remember how to pronounce that. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fun reason if I ever heard one.
Alright then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Yeah, let's go. Another party member. What is he? Yeah, using a saber. 15 to 22. Primary accuracy. Health damage. Oh, I didn't need to buy a warbow. DR17, DR10. I think let's give this to him because he will be in the front lines. Deflection 12. 12. So let's do that. Just looks better. I like it more. Saber does. Wait. Where do I see his stats? Behavior stats. Character. There we go. Level 3 fighter. Recovery, rapid recovery, second level fighting spirit. Talents. Okay, so he does not have. Yeah, he's not focused in a specific weapon yet. So I don't like put him in something bigger than a saber. Saber is 1222 slash damage accuracy with deflection, plus some damage and charm. Well, okay, let's just leave it at that. Okay, so we have another
Yeah?
member. Let's see if I have that grappling hook. I think I bought one in our previous play. Yes, I did. Okay. I want to see if we can take on that bear. And then also if we can get up that little area where we needed the grappling hook from. It's this way. There we go.
I shall be discreet.
Okay, use the grappling hook. Climb to the top. There we go. Let's just do deflection. So I think let's give that to the tank. Plus 2 dexterity. Okay, I will be making use of that, seeing that I am the ranger. I do not think you will ever see this, but you were right, Fulvano. We should have journeyed south together and been safer for it. I would tolerate all the gloating in the world if I might live to hear it. I have put myself out of reach of the beasts circling below, but I'm afraid I'm done for all the same. I do not think I will rise again. Whoever finds this, pray for me. Perhaps in the next life I shall be a trapper of wolves. Shame, man. Shame, man. Let's do that. We can put that in there. I think we should give you one of these. Yeah. Okay.
Hey there.
How do I get down? Put me down. Down. Okay. Should get some more grappling hooks. Bear gave us save. Okay. Okay. You go find him. You go find him. Arcane assaults. So let's cast that there. You can cast that.
Hey.
No. No, no.
Yeah?
Damn it! We got...
Can I pick him up? No, let's load. This is not working. Maybe we pull him. So we walk a little bit closer.
Sure.
And then we place him there. We place him there.
Hey.
And we use him to pull the bear. You kill. Shoots.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why are you guys not attacking him?
Yeah?
Okay. Can I...
Hope you're not expecting much. Hey.
Watch and learn.
My character in front.
Sure.
Nice and quiet.
Mouse scroll through eye sockets and over femurs. That's
Hey there.
Nice.
Sure.
A figure drifts suspended in the musty air of the caverns. Its form and features blur and twist and cascading ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy in dying, eddying about your limbs, filling them with heavy chill. Reach out a handful of spirit in the moment of contact. You feel as if you have been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into a waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edge of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a caravan, and the darkness extends far into the depths. Its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping in his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chest, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There is a roar like a thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, cast up, stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escaping. You see a glint of steel, and there is a sudden terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain, but in a moment of terrible clarity, you see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. And then there's a great dark shape above you, and then there is more pain. The vision recedes, and you are thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the spectre lingers in span of energy between you both. You feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I met him on the road, your friend. A sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like a smoke. I'll find him and see that he haunts us for what he has done to you. For a moment the spirit seems to burn bright, and your head fills with a sickly triumph. The spirit seems to weaken with the force of its own exhaustion, growing fainter and fainter until you are alone once more. What a friend he had. Why can't I lose? It's highlighting.
Hey there.
There we go. Let's do that, that, and that. Yeah. I like that. It's custom. Custom boy. What happened to do? There we go, yes. Where are you going? Gilded Veil.